Steph! No, you won't believe what just happened in algebra today. Your girl Shakara got dragged out of class. It was wild. I ain't never seen nothing like that. It was like he was angry at her, but had no reason to be. And it was just because she was on her phone. Like, how petty is that?
Shakar was on her phone and Mr. Washington got fed up with her mess and called Officer Ben. When he came in, all hell broke loose. He flipped her and her chair.
Why would he ever? Everyone just stood around like nothing was happening. Like they was blind to the scenery. That's real messed up. It's like white people always doing stuff to black people and then nothing ever happens. This was the craziest thing ever. Would he want someone to drag him like that? I don't get it. If he had a daughter, he wouldn't want nobody, and I mean nobody, to drag her like that. Sing.
My name's Imani Adrea. Guess what I do? I heard second thing. Life coach? How'd you know that?
I see your schedule.
Okay, but I'm also a YouTuber. I just became a life coach this year, but I've been a YouTuber for the past 3 years. I do YouTube full time, so I work from home as well. That just happened this year. And then I'll be certified life coach by August, and I'm also a published author. I'm 22 years old, so my life is pretty much not traditional. I only knew a couple things when I was younger. I knew that I never wanted to work a 9 to 5. I knew that I don't like rules, don't like being told what to do. I knew that I wanted to be a millionaire. I wanted to make a lot of money. So I kind of like the art of teaching. I want to be a teacher, but I want to be a teacher for like the world. So that's why I picked YouTube as my platform, because there's no limit on YouTube. Anybody have a YouTube channel here?
Kind of.
Kind of?
It's only like one video, but it's about my dad drumming.
Your dad drumming?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's nice.
I want one.
You want one? Okay, what did you want to do it on?
Like hair and like advice and stuff like that.
Nice. Okay, my channel is definitely about advice. My channel is based on inspiration and transparency. The pros and cons to YouTube is that you have to set yourself apart from everybody else that's on YouTube, and everybody has a YouTube channel right now. Actually, YouTube is becoming one of the biggest thing, well, social media in general is becoming the biggest thing ever right now, which means that you can create your own lane. Our parents don't really know the power of social media because they were not exposed to that. They didn't have internet when they was growing up. But the options are limitless. Whatever you want to be, even if you want to be a doctor, even if you want to be a police officer, you can still get on YouTube and talk about certain things. It gives you a platform, it gives you a voice. That's my favorite thing about YouTube, is that I have a voice to be myself. If I had to sum up what I do for a living, I sell my personality, I sell my strengths, I sell what I'm good at, and that's giving advice. So on my channel, I interview people. Do you guys know Rico Nasty?
Yes. I love her.
Okay, that interview comes out today on my channel. It's going to be a week-long interview, so subscribe and watch the channel all week. Hey, do you know Big Flop?
Yes.
Okay, I was the first person to interview him when he first got out of jail the first time. I didn't mean to say it like that. Do you know Baby Yacht?
Yeah.
Okay, I just interviewed him this week. So my channel, but I don't always interview people who are known. I also interview everyday people because I'm a life coach. So anybody who's going through some family issues, or you need advice, or you don't know what you want to do next, or you feel stuck in life, I also interview those people and help them with their progression in life. So I meet people one-on-one throughout the week, or I do a big setting like this. I was just at Bowie State talking to a group of women. One of the things that I specialize in is confidence. If you are lacking confidence, I'm really good at helping with that area. If you don't know your purpose, or you just feel stuck in life, I'm good with helping in that area. And for each person, it always comes back down to self-discovery. If you don't know who you are as a person, it's going to be hard to know the direction you want to go in life. It's going to be hard to know what you're good at. It's going to be hard to know what you're bad at. I would always say that self-discovery is one of the most important things that you guys should work on. Because we may not all have the same career goal, but if you don't know yourself, it's going to be hard to be a master at whatever it is you want to be. Okay? What else? Okay. So some things that I think that you would need to have in order to be successful in my career is a strong sense of self. You have to know yourself, because I'm literally walking down a lane that has never been walked down before. I had a lot of people tell me that you can't make a career out of YouTube. YouTube doesn't make you any money.
It's true.
See, you guys know that because you're younger and we're from the social media. We know about social media, but our parents Our parents have a way of getting in our head and making us doubt what we want to do. Okay? So for a long time, I knew that I wanted to do that, but I didn't think it could be done because all the adults, all my mentors told me that that is not a career, Imani. I actually did go to college. I went to school at Frostburg State University. You guys know where that is?
Yeah.
No.
You did? Okay, it's in the middle of nowhere. It's in Maryland, but it's bordering West Virginia. It's very cold. It snows 99% of the time. I knew I didn't want to be there when I was there. I'm glad I went there though, because I learned myself there. That isolation in the woods taught me who I was. But when I was there, I did not want to be there. So I ended up dropping out of school. But while I was in school, I was a major in mass communications and a minor in leadership. When I dropped out of school, I moved to California with $400 in my pocket. That ended up being my college. I learned so much from moving to California with $400 in my pocket. I learned the art of hustle. No matter what you want to be in life, you have to hustle to get there. Nothing will come to you easy. You guys are all creative, so I know that you know how to create things. But okay, after you create something, it could be a masterpiece, but if you don't know how to get it in front of people, if you don't know how to sell it, if you don't know how to convince people that this is the next thing, you're just going to have a creation that's sitting in your closet. First you have to create it, then you have to master the art of hustle. That's what I learned from moving to California with $400. Not saying you have to move to California with $400, but you do have to take risks. After you create something, you have to take risks. Creating something is a risk in its own because you can create something and the person next to you can tell you that sucks. But it's a risk putting it out there. And you have to also have that strong sense of self because when they tell you that it's not good, you have to know that it's good. Maybe you don't like it, but this person over here will like it. And that's the best thing about YouTube. YouTube gives you a platform for the people who are into the same thing you're into. One person may be into gaming. Me personally, I don't care about games. I don't like games. But there is a huge section of the world that does care about games. So even though your friends are telling you stupid, YouTube may be the best thing for you because there's a bunch of people who won't think it's stupid. They actually like it. They'll think that your channel is the best channel ever. I don't even know how I live without this channel. That's the best thing about YouTube is that it gives you the freedom to be yourself. So what are some things, what do you guys want to be in here?
I want to be an actress and a playwright.
An actress and a playwright. What are you doing right now in your life that's moving you towards that?
Well, I'm about to take playwriting next year when I go into high school, and I'm a drama major now.
Go girl. So you're already moving in direction. And you may not know the movie that you end up on. You may not know when it's going to happen. But as long as you take one step forward towards your direction, you will get there. If you never give up, don't ever give up. Anybody else?
I'm an art major and I love art and I really want to be a doctor.
Okay. You really want to be a doctor, but you love art.
I like art, but if it goes downhill or if I don't progress as I want to, I'll probably become a doctor.
Okay, because you like helping people?
Mm-hmm.
So those are both your passions, creating stuff and helping people? Mm-hmm. Okay, great. At least you know your passion. Anybody else?
Right now I'm a drama major, but I know I don't want to do that when I get older.
Okay.
I want to work in fashion business management.
Okay, cool. Fashion. So you're into fashion?
Yeah.
Who do you look up to right now? Fashion world.
Do you know Aaliyah J?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's not everybody's favorite person. She's the beauty world though. She's into fashion?
No, but she could dress, so.
Okay. How about you?
I want to be an actor when I get older.
An actor? Okay.
So right now, I'm a drama major, and next year when I go into high school, I'm also going to be a drama major.
Good. Who's your favorite artist?
My favorite,
Uh-huh.
Taraji P. Henson.
Go girl.
But mostly because she came from here, and like
Uh-huh.
she went to Oxon Hill and all of that. So basically, if she could do it, then I can too.
See, and that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing about being an inspiration. When you step out on the leap of faith, you never know who's watching you. You're watching Taraji P. Henson right now, but there was a time when she was sitting right here. Do you know her story? A lot of people told her that she would never be an actress. She moved to California with $700 in her pocket when she was like over 20. Which is like, she was way over 20. She was close to 30. That's the age where like they tell you that you can't be an actress no more. If you haven't done it by now, girl, you're never gonna make it. She said, look, I'm just now getting started. So she had a strong sense of self and she had to keep going when everybody around her told her that your dream is not possible. Does anybody here have self-esteem issues? Oh, y'all know who y'all are. Okay. Huh? Okay. Oh, I've never been in a class like this. That's what's up. That's the first step to huh?
It's about like anxiety.
Anxiety. Okay, I do work with people with anxiety. Anxiety is a sense of worrying. You're worrying about things that has not even happened yet. I will tell you, I learned this from California. Take everything day by day. When you're when you're thinking too far ahead, not saying don't plan, but when we're thinking about what if this happens, like it didn't even happen yet. You gotta stay right here. Today, you're healthy, you're alive, and you're okay. That's all that matters, okay? So just sometimes take a deep breath in and breathe. Because anxiety, if you live life through fear, you'll make irrational decisions. So always try to keep yourself in a calm state of mind, okay? All right.
Have you ever been in a situation where somebody came to you for advice and you like didn't know what to say?
If I don't know what to say, I won't force it. I haven't been in that situation yet. Not saying that I know everything, but usually people come, we all have the same story. It always comes back down to insecurities, not knowing your purpose, not knowing your calling. So I pretty much get the same story with a different person. And so I do know how to handle those situations. Haven't been in that situation yet, but if I didn't know the answer, I would just say I don't know, because I'm playing with somebody's life and I can't give you the wrong answer that might affect your life. Let me just tell you guys that because you're creative, let me tell you about creatives. We deal with, I don't want to say emotional problems, but we're thinkers in our head. We see a lot of things. We feel. Everything we do relates to feeling. Creatives, because I do these life coach situations, we tend to have problems with depression. I want to tell you guys this now because you're about to go into high school. Things in your life will change. The life that you had, the friends that you had, they're not going to always be your friends. New things will happen in your life. I want you guys to have some sense of emotional and mental control and understand that you are a creative. So if you feel something strongly, don't ever let that make you give up, if you know what I mean. I've been at a place in life where I felt like I needed to give up. I felt like my life was not going to get better. The things that almost killed me when I was in high school because I didn't understand I was a creative and I didn't understand that I feel stronger than others. The things that almost killed me are the same things that I'm using today as a life coach. Because I went through it, it's easy for me to help other people when they're depressed, because I'm like, oh, I've been there. So when you get to high school and things start to change, and if you ever feel that, remember that I told you, you are creative. We feel. But you can always take every tragic moment in your life and turn it into art. Mm-hmm. You can turn, if you're a singer, if you're going through something, write a song about it. If you're a actress and you're going through something, make a play about it. But don't let it kill you, okay? I know some other people who do YouTube and they're mad because their channel's not popping off right now. For some people, their YouTube channel pops off in 1 year. For some people, it takes 10 years. I've been doing this for 3 years. It's not where I want it to be. It's moving now, but it's just now getting to this point. So definitely, no matter, even if you're not doing YouTube, whatever your dream is, it's not going to happen overnight. Some people say it takes 10 years. Like, life is not a race, it's a marathon. It can take you so long to get where you're trying to be. Taraji P. Henson, it took her so long. She did so many interviews, she did so many auditions, she did so many rejections, like so many, until she became Taraji P. Henson. But if she never kept going, you wouldn't have even known her. She wouldn't be your role model if she would have let that discourage her. So you have to keep going. Definitely. When I got to high school, I lost myself. When I was younger, I always knew I wanted to be the next Oprah. I had a sense of confidence in myself. When I got to high school, I started to become more of a clique, and I started to listen to people around me. I started to listen to mentors and teachers who told me that you can't, like, how you gonna be the next Oprah? There's only one Oprah. And when you hear that stuff, when you hear when people talk about you, or when they tell you things that you can't do, you may start to believe it. I started to believe it and I lost my confidence. I started to act in ways that was not myself. I dealt with depression. I dealt with drug abuse. I dealt with not wanting to be in school. I knew that I always hated school. That's the one thing about myself. So when I got to college, I had to remember that I've always hated school. That's also one of the reasons why I left college. But when I was in school, I was never really a good student. I made average grades. Now, you guys are in a creative school. Creative people work differently than people who are influenced by intelligence. Some people are influenced by academics, so they're going to always do well in school. Creative people, we move differently. We have a vision that's not there. We see things that's not yet there. We have a lane that may not have been created yet. So people may tell you that you can never be who you want to be, but that's because they can't see it. If you're a creative person, you can create the life that's in your head. You can literally create your own world. If you want to be a gamer, you can be a gamer. But your parents may not understand that this era is based on the internet. They didn't have social media when they was growing up. So your parents may tell you that you can never be a gamer, but your parents do not understand the potential of YouTube and the potential of the gaming system. I'm telling you, that section of YouTube is very high paid. But you gotta know what you're talking about. So here's the thing. I never really liked school, but I always like to learn. I have probably more books than I probably have more books than a Howard educated person because I read all the time. I believe that education is power. Applied education is power. You can read a book and never do anything, and you're just educated, but it doesn't mean you're powerful. If you read a book and you take in what I'm saying, if you're listening to what I'm saying and you take this in, and if you believe me when I say you can create your own world and you go out there and create your own world, there's no limit for you. There's literally no limit for you. My goal is to end up on the Forbes list. Anybody know what the Forbes list is? It's for extremely rich people. Oprah, Steve Jobs, the people that you hear about. Bill Gates. They're on the Forbes list. Okay, anybody on the Forbes list, I guarantee you they came across a few things. They came across haters. They came across people who told them they cannot do that. Steve Jobs talks about it all the time. He had plenty of people telling him he tried to create an iPhone, a computer, when that didn't even exist. So imagine all the people told him that you can never create that computer. But look at the phone that we're using right now. We're using the exact same thing that they told him that you can never create. When I dropped out of college, everybody told me that not to do that. Like, why would you drop out of college? You're not thinking realistic. As a creative person, you will always hear that. You're not thinking realistic. But guess what? We're creatives. We don't think realistic. We create our own world. What's in your head is not realistic. If it's in your head, it doesn't even exist in reality. So today is actually a major day for me because today is May 2017. This is the month that I'm supposed to be graduating from college. When I left college 3 years ago, I had no clue what my direction was. Everybody was like, you need direction, you need a plan. I didn't have a plan. I just knew that I didn't want to be in school because I felt like school was not using my talents. I wanted to be a motivational speaker. The classes that I was taking talked nothing about being a motivational speaker. I took Mass Comm, that's the major that I did. Mass Comm and leadership, that was my major and minor. And I learned about TV, and I learned about radio, but I didn't hear about people who wanted to be like Oprah. There was no professor talking about that because my dream has not happened yet. Who I plan to be, I will be the first person to do it. Meaning there's no one that can teach me that lane. I ended up dropping out of college, and I moved to California with $400 in my pocket. $400 in my pocket, a broken phone, and a laptop in case something went wrong. Let me tell you, everything went wrong. When I got there, everything went wrong. And that taught me that you can't always plan for everything in life, but as long as you can bend and adjust and always educate yourself, always learn. I had to get on YouTube and I looked at what Steve Jobs said. I looked at what Oprah said. I looked at commencement speeches. I looked at people who modeled who I wanted to be. That's why it's amazing that you guys go to a creative school because your professors, your teachers, they kind of understand your mindset. I was in a public school. The teachers didn't understand who I wanted to be. That you're supposed to go to college and get a 9 to 5. I didn't want to do that. So my mentors were not telling me anything that helped me. So if I can give you any piece of advice, is to find a mentor that aligns with your interests, that aligns with your belief. If you want to be a gaming person, then you should be looking at YouTube. You should look at the people who've already been and who have already accomplished in the lane that you want to be in. You should take advice from them because they know where you want to go and they can help you get there. But if you listen to your parents who's never been a gamer, they might tell you that you can't be there, but that's not necessarily true. They just don't understand your lane. You get that? Huh? Okay, I'm talking to you because you say you want to be a gamer. Okay. I'm also a writer. Any writers in here?
I got a Wattpad.
You got what?
Wattpad.
Wattpad? Okay. You write songs. Alright. I write... No, he's not lying because you know what? Yeah, let me say something. When I was in high school, somebody looked at me and said, Imani, do you even have a talent? Because when I was in high school, I was not who I am right now. I was the complete opposite. I was very distracted, skipped school, didn't care about nothing. I was lost. So he looked at me and said, Imani, do you even have a talent? And I looked at him and laughed, just like y'all did at him. But he did not know that I am incredibly talented. I am super talented. I'm probably further than he is right now. But so sometimes they don't understand you. They don't know what you're capable of. But it's not for nobody to understand. It's not for anybody to understand. Okay. A part of creating your own lane is don't look at this person to tell you who you are. Don't look at this person to tell you are. You don't need to be validated. Like you don't need to be validated by anyone but yourself. Only person that you need to be correct for is yourself. But guess what? If you don't know who you are, it's going to be hard to stand in your ground when somebody tells you that you can't do this and you can't do that. So I encourage you guys to learn yourself. Self-discovery. I went through self-discovery through experience in my life. When I moved to California, I learned myself. But also starting a journal. I started a journal to figure myself out. I wrote down my wants, my hates, my dislikes, my desires, who I truly want to be, not who my parent wants me to be, not who my professors tell me to be, but who I want to be. And it all starts with self-discovery.
Toy Mike and the whole no stalling. Yeah, free flop.
Go at me on Twitter, man.
YouTube, subscribe.
My Twitter is BRUCE33141. Go follow me.
Subscribers.
Go follow me on Twitter, man.